And I've actually gathered some of the tips, which firstly can be used for the teachers, especially for teachers who are teaching children from age to 12, because those teachers, if you move forward with the slide, because those teachers are dealing with children who not necessarily know how to learn, and they are not so self-efficient in learning, so they need much more support. And of course, the only support what is handy and available is from the parent. So I think what we should really think through in upcoming weeks or months with remote learning is the question, how to move the teaching from the parent side to actually back to the teacher side, what was going on in the classroom. And then again, how to motivate and support the child to become more independent and reliable towards learning. So, a few tips. I know it's not really famous tip for the ninth graders who want to do their exams, and for the 12th graders who are still waiting for their exams. But those who can afford it, please target on the repetition. Because if we start to repeat subjects or topics, the child can feel more success because they already know something, and the tasks they go through are more familiar. One of the advices we are giving is to emphasize more generic competencies. Of course, we have the digital competence and technological competence present now because the devices and tools we use. But we also should focus on communication, citizenship, learning to learn, value-based competences, depending what is in your curriculum. So those should be emphasized at the moment. And of course, integrated learning. I think just learning one subject like mathematics is can work in a classroom, but if we combine them, for example, mathematics with music or art with foreign languages, the results can be quite different, and of course challenging for the student. So if we move forward, group work. We have heard that this social bonding, especially in between younger children, is very important. So this is missing at the moment. So if teachers and also parents can emphasize this kind of method more, that could be more useful for children. And as Juhani said, that teachers, they like to team up and have a feedback how was it going within a week or within 2 weeks. But children, they also need this kind of feedback. So teaching is also giving feedback, and they need it directly from the teacher. So do invest times, teachers, in giving online feedback. It's much valued. If we move forward, please. Again, consider reducing learning content. As we now know that this situation, remote learning, won't be over within 2 weeks, probably within, not even within a month. We should start to ask as teachers, where do we want to end up with the school year? Whether the school year would end in mid-May, for example, or will continue till the beginning of June, or will end as planned in the next week of June in Estonia. So where do we want to be when the school year ends? And that might give another perspective, longer perspective. So also to decide, should we push stronger or let it loose a little bit? And I asked teachers. There was a set, like Linda said before, that maybe there's not big challenge of introducing new learning environments, but let the students introduce the new learning environments. You can't even believe as a teacher what are the things and tools and gadgets that the students are using. So they might teach a teacher a lesson here. The final slide. So personal support. I think, well, Mert also mentioned that there are some great new tools, devices to be introduced. But I think as a parent and as a professional who works with study counselors every day, we actually, as a parents, do see now how our children are learning. What are their personal needs? And where does this learning actually lack and where they do need the support. If the learning was supported in a classroom, it's definitely needs much more support at the moment. So if you feel that you don't really manage anymore, do seek help. There are professionals around. Don't be ashamed to ask that you don't really know how to teach your child, or it has a personal need, study need, or some other need. So do ask for help.